Well, folks, there's our old 4010. We found it under a shed. Engine was froze up in it. Been sitting there for quite a few years. Head gasket had leaked at the back of the head. Filled number 6 cylinder up with water. So it was a fight to get the piston out. But we got the piston out and got the sleeve out. And my son ordered a engine kit to go in it, and we sent the head down to Augusta to the shop that does our race car heads, and he reconditioned the head, sent it back, and we put the kit in it and put the head on it, and I put the same injectors right back in it, and we cranked it up and run it for about a year, and then the started getting to where it didn't want to run. So my son discovered that if you hung a bottle on the side of it and run the bleed off line from the pump into that bottle, it would run. So I run another fuel line, one from the injector, one from the pump goes straight to the tank, and ones from the injectors go straight to the tank. So there's no back pressure really on the injector pump, and it's run about 2 years like that, so everything must be okay. The battery boxes on it was, you know, John Deere never has had real good battery boxes, so I got out here and cobbled up some battery boxes to fit underneath there, and we put those Group 31. And if you'll notice, I don't use post batteries, I use stud post batteries. You don't have as much trouble with them. Now, Oliver 66 Farm Boy says that he uses the lead post batteries because they're easy to jump off. What could be easier than what you got right there? To each his own, that's the only thing I can say. The old tractor ain't got no 3-point hitch on it because the wishbone is broke. We plan on putting a new one on it. Got it over there in the wrapper. Just got to get the time to put it on it. Got a new seat. You'll notice that the paint on it don't match. That's because I bought John Deere green from Ace Hardware, and when it went on it was John Deere, and when it dried it turned something else. So when it warms up, I'll see if I can't get it John Deere green. I'm gonna walk out here now, and we had to put a new radiator in it, new fuel tank. It's got one of those fiberglass fuel tanks in it, new water pump. One lonely farmer was right. That is a air pump. But it pumps air into the intake manifold. Why, I don't know. It just gives it a little bit more positive crankcase ventilation, I think. Because I don't know if this old tractor's got a downdraft tube on it. If it's got one, but oh well. Walk out here and I'll give you a little view of the old Mack, what I did to it. It didn't have any turn signals or brake lights when we got it, and I rigged up a brake light switch on it so we could at least have brake lights. At least the people behind you could tell you when you were stopping. But then we run it I guess about 4 years or 5 years with no turn signals. You'll stick your arm out the window and point in the direction you're going, I reckon. But I decided this year we'd go ahead and put turn signals on it. So I put 2 new lights on the fenders. Then I put some clearance lights out on the little corners out there. When I ordered them out the book, they said they was flat faced on the back, where they'd fit up flush. But you come here with about a 1/2 inch ridge on the back, and I would have had to cut the whole lot in the fender bigger or either space the light off. So I took some 3-inch PVC type schedule 40, and then cut off a piece of 2-inch coupling and glued to the inside of that, then chucked it in the lathe and turned it out to where the light would fit it, and then used the rest of the material for the 3 screws to bolt through it. So as you can see, it bolted up pretty good. There's the brake light switch. It's bolted on the quick release valve on the brakes. When you step on the brakes, it puts air pressure to them chambers to stop you, and then when you let off the brakes, it blows it out. So the lights come on, the lights go off. Run my wire back inside the cab and behind the seat to the box back there. Open the door. Put the turn signal switch on it. You can see my terminal block I installed. I had to make that out of a piece of black nylon. Drill the holes on the mill, and the mill's got a digital readout on it so you can space the holes evenly across it. And put it in there and then started stringing wires. I got a schematic here I'm going to show you. That was drawed after I got through wiring it. I did that not so much for my reference, but for somebody that comes behind me. So, but I discovered the one thing about this old truck yesterday, that when we first got it, the battery box rubbed against the ground wire and kept sparking. I couldn't figure out for the life of me why. But then I found out yesterday that this thing is a positive ground truck, not a negative ground, positive ground. So when we backed it up to when we had it hooked up to the gooseneck trailer, the trailer's got LED lights on it. They wouldn't work, but you could take a 12-volt battery and touch it and they'd work. So we discovered that you got to reverse the polarity on the lights. That means take the little plug out the back and turn it around, or either change the wiring. So we decided, instead of fooling with the old truck and try to convert it to 12 volts negative, we just leave it like it was and change all the lights on the trailer to bulb lights. That way they'll burn no matter what you plug into them. I ain't real fanatic about LED lights anyway, but that low boy is supposedly sold. The fella just ain't come and got it yet. So that's a little quick one, folks. Hope you enjoy. Let me know.